What is happening? Good day, good afternoon, bom dia, buenas noches, and all that good stuff. How's everyone doing? My name is Maurice Proffit. I am the founder and CEO of BSide Studios. And today, pretty much what I am doing for you all today, I am giving you pretty what you would call you have your State of the Union address that the President of the United States will give to the American public, a couple of times a year. So you can call this the State of BSide Studios, basically. I don't have like a snazzy, jazzy name for it yet, to be able to, differentiate itself from the populace. However, we're going to go with that for now, and maybe we might cook up something a little bit later on. Let me talk to y'all directly without these damn glasses on. But yeah, as you know, my name is Maurice Proffit. I'm the founder and the creative director of BSide Studios. And basically what today's objective really is, today's goal that I want to accomplish, I want to give everyone pretty much an update in terms of where the brand is at the current moment. How our 2023 has been, what do we see in the foreseen future as well too, where we have come since the inception in 2019, and really just where our goals are in the long term as well too, not only in the short term future, but in the long term future as well. So feel free to sit back and join me in this journey that we're going to take in terms of talking about the brand known as BSide Studios. But I want to focus on 2023 because 2023 is because we're approaching the end of the year right now. It was a very interesting year in terms of the brand. Interesting in a variety of different ways of some peaks, some valleys as well, and also some really very prime opportunities that are on the horizon when it comes to the brand overall. We started the year off with kicking off how we typically kick things off with the beginning of the year, and that's celebrating a brand new year of BSide. So this year, 2023 made four years that BSide has been around officially. Unofficially, BSide has been around for quite some time. I got to do the math, and I don't have that time to be doing that mathing right now. But BSide typically celebrates its anniversary on the 9th of January, and we are very happy to celebrate 4 years this year. Like I said, we started in 2019 on January the 9th, and January the 9th of this year, we were able to celebrate 4 years of this brand, coming into where it is. The brand has seen a lot when it comes to just in terms of its growth internally and externally as well. The inroads that it has created for us as creators within the brand and also outside the brand. Also, being able to give people a good start and a good sense of direction in terms of what's going to be best for them artistically. And we always want to strive to make sure that the opportunities of artistry are there for anyone who's a part of BSide. If you're a part of us directly or even indirectly as well, we always want to make sure those channels are strong and secure as best as they can be. And this year was no exception of that. We saw some really unexpected growth that took place in a variety of different areas, and I'm going to be sharing those areas of growth with you. There were some very distinguished learning opportunities as well that took place that I don't look at as mistakes at all. I look at those as I titled them as learning opportunities, and that's what they are. They are opportunities for us to be able to learn, to grow, and be able to even become better than what we were previously going into those type of projects. And I'll be talking about those with you as well. We're very transparent here with BSide, where we are able to talk about our victories, but also our setbacks as well too, because there's no shame in that, because it's all a part of being able to be better than what you were the previous day. Now I know you're probably asking yourself, man, why you look so damn rough? So like I was talking about transparency, I was supposed to get a haircut yesterday. My barber, he had to cancel at the last minute for some family emergency that was going on and everything. So I hope all is well. I hope everything is okay with you and the family. So mine's gonna be next week. So that's why I'm looking a little bit rough. I'm looking a little bit Jamie Foxx from Django-ish right now. You know, when it comes to the beard, I know it's not really well in place at the moment. However, it's shining though. It's shining. It's looking healthy. All right. So that's all that matters at the moment. But yeah, but no, next week your boy will be cleaned up and everything. So if you want to see that next week, just holler at me. All right. But anyway, getting back to where I was. But yeah, like I said, January we started things off with a 4-year celebration of the brand, which is very exciting. It was really great to see that. Very encouraging as well, being able to see that we're going and heading into the right direction in terms of where we are, as a company. And with that, not only did we kick off the 4-year anniversary, but we also were able to start things off when it came to our February live production, our live theater production in February that we have been doing for, wow, this will be 25 years in 2024. Jeez. Wow, it will be 25 years in 2024. Unbelievable. Mom, I know you gotta be loving it. But that I'm sorry that reality just hit me like right now, like right as I'm on camera. So you're getting a very raw reaction from me right now. We did our latest theatrical production that we did was called The Realness, and the subtitle for the show was called And Then There Was Hip Hop. The reason for this was because this was our way of paying homage and celebrating this year being the 50th anniversary of hip hop music. And what better way for us to be able to celebrate this than with a show that was going to be centered around hip hop music. And Idris Goodwin, he's the author of the playwright of the play. So we were able to get the rights to the play, and we were able to put it on at the very end of February, the last Saturday in February of this year, at the Schaumburg Prairie Center for the Arts. The Al Larson Prairie Center for the Arts in Schaumburg, Illinois. We had an amazing turnout, great turnout. We had a really packed house in there, and the actors for the show were nothing short from incredible as well. And I couldn't have been any more happier and pleased to be able to see that the type of efforts, the type of talent that they were able to display for us, for that production. And the show was predominantly a lot of young people in that show. And when I say young, I'm talking about in their 20s. Like most of the cast were probably between the age of 20 years old and about 32, I would say. That was like the majority of the cast. We had a couple of people, who were a little bit older than that, but it wasn't that many though. So we had a lot of young energy that was being displayed within that production, and they were able to do a fantastic job. I'm talking about from the choreography, from being able to tell a story, from being able to actually dive themselves into the characters that they became able to actually rap as well too, because we actually had to kind of teach people how to rap during the rehearsal process, which was very interesting to say the least. And also the choreography overall as well too, just in terms of like placement and movements and everything. But this young cast, led by Abigail Pignon and Xavier McKnight, truly were unbelievable. Just unbelievable talent. And I couldn't have been any more happier to be able to be a part of this production. This was personally, this was my last production, my last theater production that I was going to be directing. From now on, I'm going to be focusing on being an executive producer and producer for these live events that we put on. And the reason why I kind of came to that conclusion was because I felt that would be almost what's in the best interests of the integrity that we hold as a brand, to be able to open the doors for other people to be able to have a chance to showcase their skill set and their talents, and directing is one of those. I want to be able to use BSide Studios as a vehicle to help out other people to get their feet wet and get their hands in the mix when it comes to being a director. With that said, when it comes to next year's show that we'll be doing in 2024, Chrissy Johnston, who has been part of the BSide team for a number of years now. Chrissy Johnston will be the director for the next live theater production that will be taking place in February of 2024. She will be directing she'll be directing this show that's titled The Cadillac Crew. It takes place, I believe, in 1955. I know if Chrissy's watching this and I got that wrong, I'm pretty sure she is screaming at the screen right now. It's not the year! but yeah, it takes place, I believe, in 1955. It has a lot to do with when it comes to the civil rights movement. It centers around these four women who were very instrumental in the civil rights movement from the younger standpoint, and their own individual stories and how they all kind of come together and all. So it's going to be very great. It's going to be it's another period piece that we're looking forward to doing, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a really great time. So we are going to be starting auditions for this production at the end of October. So if you see this around that time, then please get in contact with me if you are interested in auditioning for the show. We'd love to see you, love to have you up there as well. So yeah, so be on the lookout for that. Going back to how the show was overall, the show was incredible. We had a great turnout when it came to the vendors as well too. We had this year, I believe we had 8 vendors who were a part of the production that night. And just from the images that you see from our sites, the turnout, I mean, in terms of like, you know, how they were able to generate profit in their own individual revenues that night was nothing short from amazing. One of the vendors who is a very supportive vendor with us for a number of years now, Shake Pop and Popcorn, they sold out of all their inventory that night because, you know, they sold everything out. They sold everything and they had to leave early because they had nothing else to sell. And also that is one of the things that you expect when it comes to working with BSide Studios, is that we are going to, if you work with us, we are going to make sure that you get enough real estate when it comes to marketing on our sites, when it comes to visibility as well too, and when it comes to patronage from patrons to be able to support your small business. We want to make sure that you are happy enough when it comes to a fiduciary standpoint that you want to come back and work with us, and we want that relationship to keep on going and keep on maturing and keep on growing as well. So absolutely. So we are very pleased to see that the vendors all had a great night that night. They all left very happy. They all left very satisfied when it came to just how things turned out. So that was just music to our ears overall. Just being able to see how much of a success that night was for each one of the vendors that night. So it was really great. But overall, though, the show was fantastic. Like I said, we had a great house. The vendors did do exceptionally well. The cast did amazing, and so forth. So it was just a really epic night, and it was a perfect way to be able to close a number of years of me personally being able to showcase and share my talents of directing and close that chapter of my life. And it was a perfect way how to be able to do it, and now passing the torch over to Chrissy this year. And let's see if she can do it too. I have all the confidence in the world that she'll be able to, but she will be fine. She will be fine. We move on. We move on to later on to the year. We kept on when it came to our podcast division with BSide Studios as well too. We were able to launch a new series, a new podcast series in BSide Studios called Buzz and Bizzle. Buzz and Bizzle, which is hosted by T Bizzle from BSide Studios. It's you call it a spinoff from her previous show that she did with Chrissy Johnston called Buzz and Cousins. However, Buzz and Bizzle, this is just going to be T Bizzle solo, and her show focuses on highlighting a variety of different business owners, and also a variety of different nonprofit organizations as well too, that focus a lot on the LGBTQ community. So we've had a number of entrepreneurs, on the show on the show as well too of Buzz and Bizzle. We've had some we just the last episode that T Bizzle did as well. She had a notary on the show, and then she was talking about that. She was talking about how her business supplies lots of commercial businesses with janitorial services. So we have that, and also we continue to strengthen our relationship with Zahara Bassett as well too. When it comes to her nonprofit and what she's doing for the LGBTQ community and also the trans community as well with her nonprofit. So Buzz and Bizzle really has been doing a lot when it comes to highlighting these areas in Chicago that are resources, for everyone, who are part of that community, or if you're not part of the community, you want to support. Buzz and Bizzle is a really great pocket to pretty much get into when it comes to seeing how you can be able to support them and be able to patronize them as well too, and really be a part of the service that they have to offer. So it's really great to see. It's really good to see. And excuse me, and it wasn't the launch of the new series this year. I'm sorry, I'm correcting myself. It was the launch of the new season of Buzz and Bizzle, because Buzz and Bizzle actually started last year. So it was a new season of Buzz and Bizzle that we started this year. In addition, speaking of new seasons, Elizabeth Tompkins, she is as of now, this is 1 year that she has been doing the Nerdium with BSide Studios. And just to give you kind of like a refresher, the Nerdium centers itself is a talk show that centers around anime, nerd culture, video games, cosplay, conventions, animation, graphic design, artistry, all that good stuff. And she has had an amazing first year. Let me tell you, like, being able to produce her show has been nothing short from incredible. Where she has had on this very stage, she has had the privilege of being able to sit down with some really talented artists here in Chicago, whether it be graphic designers, whether it be she had a Pablo Pedroza that was on here, who had the little miniature monsters that he creates and he paints and everything, and he is making a very lucrative business out of these little miniature monsters. They could be monsters that he made up, or little miniature figures of like Spider-Man, X-Men, Godzilla, whatever it is. He's making these out there. So we had him on the show. We also had I can't remember the young lady's name, but she actually owns a video game truck. I know you're probably scratching your head like, what the heck is a video game truck? a video game truck, it really is a huge like trailer, pretty much. I think it's called Press Play or something like that. I'm going to put the information on here. But the truck pulls up to like a kid's party or a picnic or an event that's going on outdoors, and you step inside the truck. It's a big trailer, and she has all these big LED screens that are on the wall, and they're all hooked up to a video game system, whether it be the Nintendo, or it could be the PS5, it could be the Xbox One, and you're sitting there and you can play the video games inside the truck. It's like nicely laid out when it comes to couches and chairs and beverages, really cool lights, very great decor. It looks incredible. It looks absolutely amazing. And so Liz had her on the show as well. Liz also had live bands in this studio on her set. Live bands who actually play live music on her show. So Liz has been, needless to say, she has been hitting it out of the park, has been absolutely killing it when it comes to Nerdium. And we've seen some really great responses from people who've been watching the Nerdium, who have been following the Nerdium, and actually want to be on the show as well too. And obviously, if you want to be a part of the Nerdium, please feel free to be a part, get in contact with us, and we'll be happy to have you on the show. So it's a really great time, a really great set as well, and Liz is doing a great job with that. The next show that we have as well is called Sippin' and Trippin'. This show is hosted by the one and only Just the Best. Jessica De Leola. Jessica, she is a woman of 1,000 hats that she wears. So unbelievable. I don't know how she even has time to breathe. needless to say, to actually run a show. But Sipping and Tripping has been doing excellent. It's been consistent every month, putting out 2 shows a month every other Wednesday. She's had some really great guests on. She just recently had from Big Brother last year. Terrence, DJ, he's a DJ. She had Terrence on the show where he was able to talk about his experience being on the show Big Brother. It's a reality show that comes on CBS. He was on the show last summer, and he was able to talk about like his experience being on the show, what was it like with the audition process, and what he experienced being in that house, and also just like what it was like living under those conditions, and being on that show for X amount of weeks without a cell phone, and how that adjustment was like for him and everything. So that was really great. But Jessica, she continues to have very top tier content when it comes to what Sipping and Tripping has been doing. So, my hat's off to her. She has even more that's going to be coming out as well too in the near future when it comes to like how we are expanding and we're elevating Sipping and Tripping. So be on the lookout to see like how that's all going to come into play, because it's really exciting to see like what Liz is going to be doing. What Jessica's going to be doing even more so with that show. So we're very excited about that. In addition to the podcast division, we also we had a new season of Mentality rollout, and Mentality is once again it's kind of like a low key spinoff from Buzzin' Cousins. This show is hosted by Chrissy Johnston and Angel Simmons. This show focuses all on mental health awareness, and they have been once again like knocking it out the park. They had some really good special guests on recently as well too. Even they've had like some authors on there. They've had they had some local leaders as well, and even Chrissy's daughter was on there. Was on the show, Monica, and Monica was able to kind of give some perspective about mental health awareness from a teen standpoint as well. So the show has been doing exceptionally well. Once a month, it goes on at the end at the last Thursday of the month. So we'll be doing some more. Expansion with that show as well too. So just be on the lookout for what's going on with Mentality, and expect some great things from that show. Unfortunately, in terms like I was talking about earlier about some of the setbacks, and this really comes down on my end. We were not able to do a new season of Delish and Dior this year, and that hurts because I love that show immensely. And in full transparency, we had a lot of plans in terms of bringing Delish and Dior to a different setting. Because I'm visualizing it, being more in the a kitchen-like setting, and I was able to find a commercial kitchen where we can be able to shoot the show at. However, there was some logistical issues that kind of came up about it, and we had to kind of put a pause on that idea of bringing the show there. So we felt it might be best for us to kind of put a pause on Delish and Dior just for 2023, but we have every intention in the world of bringing Delish and Dior back in 2024. Chrissy Dior has been nothing but a saint when it comes to just like how she has been just handling this whole thing. Her patience has been absolutely incredible, has been beyond anything that I could ever be able to just be able to understand overall. She is just an incredible person, an incredible human being to be able to not only work with, but be a friend with as well too. And so I truly do thank you, Chrissy Dior, for just your patience with this whole thing. We're going to be getting back into our rhythm when it comes to Delish and Dior, because I know you have so much more to offer, and I want to be able to show that to the world as well. And I want to get your book out there too as well. So we're going to be talking about that more in detail. So please, everyone, continue to support Delish and Dior. We have the past seasons on the BSide Studios YouTube page. So make sure that you go onto the YouTube page, onto the YouTube channel, and look at those past episodes and be able to and continue to support what it's all about. But that will be coming back. In addition to some of the setbacks, we had to kind of pull the plug on Watch Your Mouth as well. The show that was hosted by John Robinson and Leo Arias. This is nothing against any of the talent, not any of the hosts or anything. This is more just a scheduling conflict that kind of kept coming up. We were trying to do launch the new season of Watch Your Mouth this year, but there were a number of times where we were trying to launch it, but we just couldn't get things in line the way we needed to. And that's the thing, is that when you're conducting business in this arena of brand building, of entertainment, you run into some unforeseen issues that you had no idea, that you couldn't even conceptualize on your own, of being able to see it even being possible that was going to be in your face and become a reality. And these were one of those things where it was happening. This really was kind of like Murphy's Law, where whatever could go wrong will go wrong. And this is like I said, there's no fault at all at either John or Leo. These are just things of just life that just kind of like kept throwing curveballs at us. So we felt it would be best just kind of pull the plug on that show just for the time being. And we'll revisit it when the time is right for that, and we will be back with that as well too. So so that's not going to go away completely. So, but the last season of Watch Your Mouth, it is on the BSide Studios channel. So feel free to go there at any time and watch the episodes as they are on there. In addition, we had a really interesting summer as well too, where we had an event. We actually had our 606 Mania. 606 Mania 4 took place this year, and it took place at the Den Theater on Milwaukee Avenue in Wicker Park. We were able to be blessed with some of the funniest comedians that I've ever seen, and people have said that this was the best lineup that 606 the 606 brand has seen since it came into fruition in 2019. This year we had I'm gonna hate myself if I forget someone's name. We had Jessica De Leola, who she was the opening act. Jessica has started her stand-up comedy career in general this year, and so we were very happy to be able to have her on stage, to be able to add to her stand-up comedy experience of being a stand-up comedian. So she was the opening act. We had Ruben Ramirez. He was the host of the show as well, the MC, did a phenomenal job. We had Christian Royce, who was part of the show. We had Jason Acevedo. He was part of the show as well too. We had Zach Orion. He was on the show. We also had Mo Good. Yes, right. Mo Good was part of the show. And we also had T Bizzle. And T Bizzle was a part of the show. And she closed the show up. And this show was just, it was just every bit of funny that you could imagine. It hit on every single cylinder. And it didn't miss at all. It didn't miss. It was absolutely phenomenal. It was a really great time. We even had a bonus comedian. His name escapes me right now, but he just kind of came up with the last moment of that day and wanted to get on stage. I'm absolutely, and that's the thing, is that once again, we want to be able to provide opportunity to everyone that's a part of these events that we have. We want to be able to create inroads, for those, who are looking for, just looking for a platform to be able to perform, be able to show their art. And that's what BSide has always been about, is being able to give you a platform, give you an opportunity to be able to show the world that you have this in you, you have this piece that's in you, and we want to help you share it with everyone else. So that's what it's all about. And going back to 606, once again, it was a really great success. It was a really great success. We came very close to selling out the venue, and the comedians all were very funny. It was received very well, and we had a phenomenal night. And we did very exceptionally well, financially and also artistically as well. So it was really great to see this. And and with all that, this is what I'm saying is that, like, you know, when I think about just like where BSide is right now, and I think about where it was just 4 years ago, or even where it was when it was, you know, trying to get its footing, we really have come like a long way. And we are just very excited because we are able to provide this type of a different type of entertainment that you may not see in other areas, in other pockets, but we really do pride ourselves on being able to deliver to you all a really different source of entertainment that is applicable to so many more people, to a much wider audience. And with that, I personally had the itch to get back on the mic myself. Now, many of you probably remember that MDX came back. MDX made a comeback. And MDX was my first podcast that I did on my own. I did with Danny Dang, who's based in Seattle, and we started our podcast through intellectual radio. So it was an internet radio show, and we pretty much graduated that to podcasting, where we're on our own platform. So MDX came back. We were very unfiltered, very excited about being able to be unfiltered and be able to really express ourselves. We thought it would be a great idea to bring on Danny's wife, Clarissa. So Clarissa Dang, she became part of the bunch as well too. So it was kind of like us three were on the camera, and And MDX is still here. However, we had to kind of put a pause on that just because of, like, once again, with timing and everything. However, MDX will be making a comeback. But there was a spinoff from MDX that I created a show on my own, which is called The 23rd Hour. Now, The 23rd Hour debuted a couple of weeks ago. And the purpose of The 23rd Hour is this show is going to take place after all of the major pro wrestling events that take place on pay-per-view. So, for example, All Elite Wrestling had their inaugural Wrestle Dream pay-per-view at the beginning of October, on October the 1st. And I felt that this would be a very appropriate time for me to debut the show as well, too, on that same night. So immediately after the pay-per-view goes off, then I go live on StreamYard, and I give my analysis about the show overall and how it was. So it went there's a couple of technical issues that might have taken place, when we were doing the Wrestle Dream show. But however, we did it last week again as well too for WWE Fastlane, and that went very well overall. So the views, the streams, the shares, the likes, the numbers on all those are very nice. So it's really great seeing that. Thank you very much, for supporting the show. But that's going to be the show as we move forward. It's going to be after each of the pay-per-views. So the next 23rd hour that we're going to be doing will take place after Bound for Glory, Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory, which is on October the 21st. So as of right now, a week from today, taping, but by the time you see this, it probably would have already taken place. So go ahead and go into the BSide YouTube channel and check that episode out. All right, but yeah, so it's been going very well overall. We saw a surge of subscribers that have been subscribing to the YouTube channel. We saw a very significant surge where we were able to reach and surpass 1,000 subscribers this year. Now, I know what you're saying to yourself, like, 1,000, that's nothing, Maurice. But you have to remember something. When you think about numbers in general, that represents a person. That represents a person taking the action upon themselves to go either onto their phone, my broken phone, either onto their phone, their laptop, or the tablet, physically going to the channel itself and hitting the subscribe button. It's a very quick action. I understand this. However, it's an action that's full of meaning as well. When you think about someone that is actually doing that, that's someone that's actually supporting you. That's someone that's saying, I believe in you. That's someone that's saying that I want to be a part of your ecosystem. That is someone that is saying that I want to go on this journey, be a part of this journey with you, and all the experiences and all the spoils of that. And that says a whole lot. So I don't care if you have 10 subscribers, 20 subscribers, or even 2 subscribers. You have someone that's next to you that really does believe in what you're doing and really is saying to themselves, you are someone that I want to keep an eye on. I want you on my radar because I trust in what you are doing. And that says a whole lot. And for us to be able to hit 1,000 people saying that exact same notion, that they have trust and belief in what we are building, that means everything to me. That means everything. So yeah, so I know compared to your big time viral YouTubers who are out there with 22 million followers or subscribers, or 50 million subscribers, or even 100 million, that's great for them. I'm happy for them. But for us to be able to hit 1,000, when I've seen the numbers and I've seen how it would take months just for us to get 4 more people on board with us, but to see it go from where it was before to where it is right now, I couldn't be any more happier. And if that means that the 1,000 and some change subscribers that we have right now, if that's it, that's all that we'll ever get anymore, then I'm okay with that. Because this journey to be able to get to the point where we're at right now has been nothing short from amazing. So for all you all who have believed in us, who believed in the brand, who have been trusting into the brand, I can't thank you enough for being able to say, I believe in BSide. And I thank you so much for that. And that leads me to what's going to happen tomorrow with BSide Studios. Where are we going into the near future? Well, there's a few things I can tell you and a few things I can't tell you yet. We have restarted our relationship with Danielle. I cannot remember her last name right now. It's blanking out on me. But our editor from Rap Mom. Yes, Rap Mom. I understand. I get it. This has been like the biggest WTF for the last X amount of years before the pandemic. Goodness gracious. So our plan is to have Rap Mom completed before the end of the year. So my goal is to have Rap Mom completed completely by Christmas of this year, and have Rap Mom out there by January of this year, of 2024. My goal is for my gift to you all is on January the 9th, 2024, for Rap Mom to be out and to be available, because I would love nothing more than be able to roll it out on the 5-year anniversary of BSide Studios. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, Rap Mom is our feature film from BSide Studios, starring Maisha McGarner. And what the premise of it's a feature film, and what the premise of the film is a female rapper who was big in the 90s, and 20-some years later, she has gone away from the game. She doesn't rap anymore. She's more into focus to her family. But 20-some years later, one of her songs goes viral, and it becomes it reemerges her as an artist, and she gets back into the game where she wants to become a rapper again. But she has to kind of like assimilate herself into this new age, this new era of being a hip hop artist in this. In the current modern era, and she's seen how much the game has changed significantly, and so she's kind of like a fish out of water, trying to reestablish herself back into how things are right now. So it's a fun movie. It's a lot of laughs. It's a lot of situations where you're like, that's a good point. Makes you kind of think. But it's really a great watch. So be on the lookout for that. That will be coming out very soon. All right. In addition to that, we are, and I'll tell you as much as I possibly can, I've been in talks with another podcast that's very well established. They have a great audience, a great following and everything, and they have a really amazing premise. And we are in talks of having them become part of the BSide Studios network. We are still having meetings and everything like that. So our goal is to be able to roll that out as well too in 2024, where we'll be able to have a new addition to our podcast talk show family within BSide Studios. So I'm very excited about bringing them on. I'm so geeked about bringing them on, as it's just going to be a really great addition to what we provide, but also it's going to be able to expand our audience, and you all will be able to experience them as well too, and you guys will simply love what they have to offer. So we really can't wait. And also, like I said, we will be putting on Cadillac Crew at the very last Saturday in February 2024. So that will be our next live production that we'll be doing. And also we'll be doing 606 Mania 5 next year as well too. And ideally, and no one knows this, so this is your first time, this is the world's first time hearing this, but we may be bringing that show out to the south side of Chicago. So we'll keep a lookout on that. There's a couple of venues I've been eyeballing in regards to this and bringing it to the south side. The south side has been nothing but supportive to us, when it comes to putting our shows here on the north side. So I would love to be able to bring the show out to the south side this way, they don't have to travel too much, and also just give us a different audience to be able to showcase our talents too. So if you are a stand-up comedian, please let me know if you would like to be a part of 606 Mania 5. It's a paid opportunity, and you'll be in front of some amazing people to be able to showcase your talent. So let me know if you are interested in that, and we could definitely talk about that. Also, ideally, and this is another exclusive right here, in 2024, I would like to bring back Wine, Dine, and Go Live. Yes, our social media reality show that we launched back during the pandemic. However, this ideally, because I don't know if a virtual date will be kind of like the move now, since everything is open again. So we may be doing this as a studio show, an actual studio show, where they'll be with each other in person. Still the same setup when it comes to having a moderator to kind of get things going, but also we want to keep the anonymity alive as well too. So making sure that both of the contestants on the reality show do not see each other until they walk into the studio. So the goal is to bring back Wine, Dine, and Go Live, even if it's one more time though. Wine, Dine, and Go Live in 2024. So you heard it here first on the State of BSide Studios. All right, and we have a lot of things that are cooking up in the cooker right now with BSide and just in general. Numbers have been amazing, on the social media front, on the website front, on the YouTube channel as well too. And I can't thank you guys enough for that. And also, just when it comes to working with other talents as well, just the word has been growing, has been getting stronger and stronger about what we have to offer. And we don't want to stop. We never want to stop when it comes to what we're able to offer, when it comes to the public entertaining everybody. So please continue to be on the lookout for what we have to offer. Visit our website at any time. That's www.bsidestudios.net. That's bsidestudios.net. Visit our YouTube channel as well too, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just search for BSide Studios. Look for the logo you see behind me. Just look for the logo, and that's where we are. That's where all of our content is, all of our theater productions, all of our films, all of our TV shows, all of our podcasts, all of our exclusive interviews. They're all right there, so you can't miss out on anything. They're all right there. So continue to follow us on YouTube. Follow us as well too on Instagram, bside.studios. That's bside.studios. And follow us on Facebook as well too. Once again, just search for BSide Studios. Look for that beautiful logo right there, and boom, it'll come right up. All right. But anyway, thank you all for watching, for taking the time out today to watch the State of BSide. I greatly appreciate you all, and I greatly appreciate your time as well too. And always, 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 forever will be indebted to each and every single one of you who have supported us who have always shown us love, who have always shared our stuff, who have always just given us encouragement. You all are the fuel that keeps us going and keeps the machine running. And if it's not for you all, then we will be done. And guess what? We are nowhere near ready to be done. However, one thing is done is to stay at BSide Studios until next year. Have a great rest of the day, everyone. And once again, I'm Maurice Proffit. Thank you all. I love you all. And have a good night.